Right, welcome everyone. Today, this is the first of our artist series as part of Light the North, where we're taking you in depth to meet all of our artists from the trail and to find out a bit more about them and a bit more about their designs. So I'm joined by Blair today, who's going to be talking a bit about his design and who he is as an artist and give us a bit more behind the scenes access to the thought process behind the Lighthouse. So Blair, welcome to, you're our very first on our little Zoom series here of meeting the artists of Light the North. So if you just want to give a wee introduction of yourself, what's your name, where'd you come from, sort of thing, please.
I'm honoured. Thank you very much for having me. My name's Blair Mccaffrey, aka the Creature Emporium. That's my artist moniker, I guess. I'm from Dundee, living and working here, and my Lighthouse is currently stuck in a studio which is locked down. So, yeah, not quite been able to finish it yet.
No, so whereabouts is your Lighthouse just now? Just in a shared artist space?
Yeah, it's in Wasp Studios. Myself and Suzanne Scott, Whimsical Lush, we're painting together. And then when the re-lockdown happened, no more access to get into the studio. So yeah, it's just been the waiting game, And we were both really close to finishing as well, which is quite annoying, but
I can imagine, yeah, not probably what you had in mind when you usually get disrupted, but in your full flow and whatnot. Probably lockdown, wasn't it? Is it a normal one for that?
Last thing you expect, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So tell me a bit more. You talk about Creature Emporium. So what's is there? I'm seeing stuff in the background that all looks really cool. So is that sort of a good indicator to our audience what kind of style you bring to the party, basically?
Yeah, very much so. Fun, vibrant art, kind of elements of graffiti style. Paint a lot of daft wee creatures and that kind of thing. Just stuff that'll keep you smiling,
Yeah. So everything underpins just making people happy. So is that the main thing you're trying to sort of convey every time you're like pick up a paintbrush or start designing something?
Yeah. I mean, weirdly, I was asked about my thoughts behind certain artwork the other day. And even if I have crazy stuff going on in my life, I can still sort of manage to make it look bright on canvas, Like, put a twist on a message that'll, I don't know, have more positivity. Just a big fan of bright colors and seeing people smile,
Oh, that's brilliant. That's ace here. So is this so obviously there's lots of other trails across the UK. Is this the first trail that you've been involved in yourself?
Nah, I've done them all. Nah.
Seasoned veteran.
All the ones in Dundee. So two Willies, like 2 bucket trails. The penguins that were here as well. And then I painted a few of the smaller statues as well. That kind of went out on tour and went to festivals and stuff.
That's brilliant. I remember festivals like that.
Yeah, remember that.
Remember those. Those statues probably have a better life than we do right now.
Yeah, for sure. There's a cracking photo of one of mine. The coordinators took it to I think it was the Connect Festival. There was a festival just outside Perth. And there's a photo of Phil Jupitus licking my sculpture. So, yeah, I think it's my favorite photo of all the trails,
Yeah, definitely. That's got to be like a career highlight on your CV. Phil Jupitus has agreed with my artwork so much so he had to lick it.
Yeah, that would be condemned in this climate now.
Yeah, I know. It's the amount of things like that you're like, oh my god, we used to do that. Was that?
Yeah, really.
That's brilliant. So how? Obviously, this trail has been slightly different, and it's not even happened yet. So how, we'll take COVID out of it, but how, from a painting standpoint, what did you think about the Lighthouse sculpture itself? Were you sort of raring to get going? Did you think, oh, this is a bit odd compared to other ones, but I'll work with it and can make it work? So how did the shape fit and the look of it sort of? What did you think of that after doing so many other trails?
Well, I really looked forward to it being a lot more flat surface. Well, not flat surfaces, but like the Willies were, a bit of a pain getting in under armpits and under legs and
yeah.
stuff in quite compromising positions. So the Lighthouse is, in terms of the form of it, is great, really nice shape. A lot bigger than the rest of the other sculptures. We were, despite getting given the measurements and stuff, when they actually turn up and you see them, you're like, oh, here's a biggie, But yeah, no, it's been really good to paint because, like I say, you can just sort of flow around it. And I've been keeping a log of time-lapse videos of me painting it when I'm in the studio, and
brilliant.
Just going around and round and round, So yeah, you can kind of keep your flow pretty good on it. I've really been enjoying painting it, to be honest.
Awesome. So for those that are looking for those sneak peeks and that, is that something that's going to be up on your Instagram, your Facebook pages?
Yeah, I put one up. It's always tough because you don't want to
you can't give too much away.
Yeah, you don't want to give too much away. And the fact that anyone that's familiar with my work, if even a little bit's given away, quite a lot will be given away. There's a few good photos of me kind of mid painting, and I've tried blurring it. I don't want to just have nothing there, so it's a tricky one. But there's one already out there on my Instagram. But I'll maybe put up the other one once I'm complete, I think, and then leave the rest to the imagination until it actually launches,
Yeah, we want to keep people guessing right up until that day for it. But that's really intriguing, actually. It's really funny to hear. And you see other people putting up things and that, and it's like you'll see a hand and a paintbrush and that's it. Nothing more.
There's a kind of it's almost like a maisonette in Suzanne's studio. It's got a wee upstairs, but it's really cool. And being up there and trying to take covert photos of, but it's just all of it seems like too much of a giveaway. So it might have to be macro photography or something.
Yeah, just so you can just see the little dots in the paint bubbles, nothing more, nothing less.
My design was very bold, so it's a bit obvious no matter what I do to try and hide it,
Yeah. So you've spoken more about as well about obviously working with one of the artists in the same studio. So how's that sort of relationship been? Has there been any competitiveness, I actually like my design more than yours sort of thing, or has it all been plain sailing, just nice camaraderie? We had some dancers in the shared space in Bonnecourt Centre. So any crazy antics we should know about?
Well, no, not at all. I do a lot of work. We've worked on loads of projects together, me and Suzanne, and it's great. To be honest, it's great having someone to work alongside, and we work great. It's when we don't get to see each other so much, and then a project comes along that we can both hang out a lot more and just paint alongside each other. She had some other projects on the go, so we were just kind of trying to keep up with each other kind of thing. And it's not so much competitive. It's we both want to be finished at the same time, and we both want to sort of, it definitely keeps it going along. And as opposed to, I don't have my own studio. So, massive thank you to Suzanne.
Yeah.
She's watching.
Give her a good shout out here.
She's let me paint alongside her
That's
all
brilliant.
the sculptures. So can't thank her enough. She'll be charging me rent soon. So
you can take this as free advertising for her. So sure, she could take that into account.
Go and buy some stuff from Whimsical Lush.
Brilliant. Good stuff. That's really good to hear that. And I suppose as well from sort of our point of view, it's really nice to seeing because art is so fun, and to see you guys actually collaborating and enjoy that together is, it's really cool. Going back to sort of COVID, sort of not. So what's coming up for you this year? Anything exciting planned as well, or are we all about the trail at this point, building up to our new dates in August now? So all build up to that, or anything else exciting that people can follow along you doing this year?
Well, I think I've only got a day probably a day's left work on the Lighthouse. So as soon as the doors are open again, we can get in and get it finished. But aside from that, I kind of keep the ball rolling, just painting what I can and selling it online.
Yeah.
And I've been delving into the strange depth of minting artwork on the blockchain.
Oh,
That's
nice.
a relatively new thing that is quite a strange kind of venture of in cryptocurrency and the like. So been kind of looking at that. Don't want to get too involved with that because I mean, doing commissions as well, that's another thing that actually, being at home and not having so many local projects and things that I can get involved with. People have reached out a bit more to me, like across the world, and so I've had quite a few random commissions from people, mostly in America. But yeah, it's just I kind of go through the process of continuing to keep creating art, and then it always seems to be lucky that someone will get in touch. After I've created a lot, they'll get in touch and they'll want something more specific. So
that's really cool.
just the more I can keep painting, it kind of opens doors that I can kind of do during COVID. So
just keep painting. That's it. That's great. So what would you say to, because I'm the same as well, trying to find some new lockdown hobbies and stuff like that. Obviously growing my hair is one of them because I can't get the hairdresser. But what would you say to anyone thinking about picking up art for the first time? What would be like your number one piece of advice you could give them?
Have no inhibitions and just do it, because when I first started painting, like my education and background is graphic design and graphic arts and stuff, which I still do quite a lot of. I mean, I do some freelance work in the graphics industry, but I definitely got funneled down a path towards the end of my education, like doing the degree and whatnot, towards like web design and sort of back end stuff that has no interest to me. And then realizing that I was definitely more a creative than a programmer or anything like that, I kind of wanted to do my own thing. So being able to like tie that in and, design things. And then I just started painting again and realizing that that's something that I love more than any of the other things that I was doing when I was studying. Like, why not just go for it? And for a long time, after I'd started painting and made my first sale online, and the buzz of that is amazing. But for a long time, I couldn't bring myself to say I'm an artist. It's something that a lot of people have an inhibition about, and I think just do it, just be it.
Just do it. Oh, I absolutely love that. It's great.
And it doesn't matter what you're creating when you put it next to someone else's work. I mean, everyone always mentally compares themselves to other people, but if you're creating your own thing and you keep creating it, and then you look at maybe 10 pieces that you've finished, like your first 10, if you're just getting into art, and you look at it as a body of work, you'll see that everyone has a style, with like, you might have influences from artists that you like, but it's that sort of realization moment, I think, was quite pivotal for me. Because to begin with, I'm painting things that I'm inspired by or other artists, and maybe you're stealing a little bit of styles, but then eventually you mold into your own journey. And I think when you can sort of stand back and look at a lot of things that you've created and just go, okay, that's me. It's a great moment. So
that's brilliant.
Just get involved. That's my get involved.
Get involved. Top tip. Get involved. I absolutely love that though. But it's nice, I think, as well for people listening, especially looking at your artwork, and I was like scoping out your website before we chatted today, and you've got such like a unique, and I've started meeting you, it sort of makes more sense as well. It just seems intrinsically you, and the fact that you've gone through that yourself, like somebody who'd be just starting art thinking, oh my God, this guy's great. And to hear you've gone through that journey as well of not being sure about it, or should I just do it? And then it was until that moment of come on, let's just get involved, get it done.
Yeah.
And that's so good for people to hear, because I know especially even some younger people as well, because you've got so many schools involved, and just getting them to just try it, just do it and see where they get to, and if they love it, they'll hopefully do something with it as a career.
Yeah. Oh, it's the greatest. I mean, I do. I have when COVID isn't happening, I teach an art class at Forgan Arts Centre.
Great.
Like, I've been a skateboarder all my life, so we I teach kids to how to spray paint broken skateboards and things, and
awesome.
That's like the focus of my classes mostly. And when you can see the buzz of, some people, some of the kids that I've taught, don't really do any arts, and their parents have just gone, just go along, you might enjoy it. And then they'll end up coming back over and over again. And seeing them develop in styles is absolutely incredible. It's rewarding for me. And when they feel happy about what they're, putting together, I try and make my classes so that it's quite a long class, 4 or 5 hours, sit down and do the workshop, and then I want them to have a finished piece by the end of it. So, I mean, it's all hands on deck throughout it. But,
you can imagine.
I always had the idea, I didn't want it to be an ongoing thing that, after a block of classes, you'll have an artwork. I want them to create, and have a finished piece so they can look at it or they can put it on their wall. Yeah. And I've had quite a lot of photos of their bedrooms, and some of them that have came to all my classes, it's wall to wall covered in their own art, and
amazing.
It's amazing to see, and they're, the buzz that you get from them as well is just fantastic.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, hopefully we see some recreations of lighthouses by some kids after the trail as well. I think that would be really fun to see, and draw your favorite lighthouse or something.
Just great. Small ones.
Yeah.
Because, is that in the pipeline as well?
Yeah, so we've got 76 schools, and it's right across the northeast, plus Orkney and Shetland as well. So so we've been seeing those come in, again, under wraps for everyone that's listening. But they all look genuinely amazing. And I don't know if I was being a skeptic or not, but I just know you don't have any preconceived notion of what you're going to get in, because I was terrible at art when I was at their age in primary school, and it's genuinely we commissioned them as well. They're just incredible. But to see everyone's been given the same thing, but how different they all are, and how they've used the local influences or the school's influences, it's just like you and your proud dad moment seeing Up in Walls. It was the same seeing all these little lighthouses come in. How do they do that?
It is, and the diversity. You kind of think originally all the schools are going to produce sort of similar vibe. And in my experience from other trails I've done, it's completely different every time, Yeah. And it's great when you see them all, once they're all in and you see them all lined up together, it's amazing.
That's brilliant. So what draws you back to trail time and time again, since you are our trail veteran, unlike the North? What is it that keeps drawing you back for more?
I love it. I love the idea of painting sculptures that are going to go out and have their own life on the street, and then, will end up being sold. And then sometimes you find out where they go, sometimes you don't. But this whole life cycle, I've always, for years now, I've collected designer vinyl toys, and it's art toys and things. And I've painted a lot of them, and they're all quite small scale. So as soon as you get an opportunity to paint something quite big that's going out in the world as well, it's just straight on board. Absolutely love it.
That's brilliant. That's good. And I suppose that point of view, and to people listening as well, is that each time, the amazing thing about this, when they are auctioned off, not only are they living, breathing pieces of art for life, it's also supporting and I work for them, and so our charity is Clan Cancer Support. So that's supporting people affected by cancer right across the Northeast and Northern Isles, and beyond now as well, now that we have telephone support and online support. So it's been really good. So does that play a factor into sort of the feel-good vibes when you're thinking, right, not only is this going on to take it on its life of its own, but it's also going to help people as well?
Massively. I mean, the ripple when these projects start, it's a charity event that you don't know how. Like, I love the Wild and Arts idea, like the format they have for a trail, because once it's all said and done, a lot of money gets raised for these charities. I mean, we cover different charities down here, but you don't actually know. I mean, it's quite a Russian roulette of how much is going to get raised. You know, there's going to be a lot, but you never can be sure how much. Oh, for sure. And, it's quite exciting at that point. And then seeing, we're now seeing sort of the changes and developments that these charities can then go on to do with, a decent amount of money. It's fantastic. I mean, it's life-changing for so many people, and to see it change the community, and it's amazing. I really, really like that aspect of it,
That's brilliant. And restrictions allowing, will you be coming up to Aberdeen or Orkney, Shetland, Moray to take part in the trail yourself, to go and bag some lighthouses?
I'd love to. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've not completed a trail yet. Shame on me, but
I know.
Yeah, seen my fair share, and it's always so good to see all the other approaches that artists have, and it would be great to come up and maybe a weekend once we're allowed to go outside and play again and socialize. It'd be fantastic to do the whole trail up there.
That'd be brilliant. Yeah, it'd be great to have you up, so you can see Clan as well in the flesh, and see what we do. But also maybe I can't decide whether I want to ask you to teach me how to paint or how to skateboard at this point. So I'll have a think and let you know if that's cool.
We'll run them together. They're both intrinsically connected.
Yeah, I know it's incredible amount of artists that skate and filmmakers that all skateboard. Like, skateboarding is how they got into all these things. It's so cool. So we'll maybe once I fall off and break the skateboard, we can then paint it back together.
That's the thing. If you hurt yourself skateboarding, then you're locked down for so, it helps.
Brilliant. I know we've given you an extra challenge as well when you're saying, I haven't quite made it round, and we've put it's everywhere, this one, where it's not just one city, it's the entirety of the north of Scotland almost.
Well, this is it as well. I've seen the whole process of drawing the maps, and with Neil doing them down here, deciding where they go and whatnot, and it's quite interesting because there's always a few that are just quite hard, off the beaten trail, but that's the exciting ones, the ones that you've got to make the journey to, But in terms of what it does for a city as well, seeing the buzz of the trails in Dundee, and just happening to be walking past, and you'll see a group of kids, getting their photos taken on the sculptures and stuff. It's amazing for any community. Like I say, I think it's such a great model that Wild and Art have, and every city should do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for it finally to be here and to see your sculpture, plus the 49 others that are going to be out there, and the 76 little ones as well. So we're going to have an absolute art feast when it's live in this autumn.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. So fingers crossed that hopefully we're all good to go, and it should be hopefully I'm biased obviously because I'm helping to run this, but hopefully one of the best trails yet and most exciting.
Yeah. I can't wait to see them all out. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you so much today, Blair. And it's been ace chatting to you, and really nice to get to know you, get to your artwork. Do you want to say anything else? This is your time to plug whatever you like for a minute, your website or your social handles. We'll put those up anyway, but if you want to give a wee plug on where people can find you and your artwork.
Well, I go under the name Creature Emporium. That's all the plugging for me that I'm going to do. I'm going to plug this trail. I'll take my time to plug the trail. If you're in the area, if you're in Scotland, when the trail goes live, go and see it. Go and bag yourself some lighthouses, and get involved with the art side of it. Fantastic.
Brilliant. I absolutely love it, Blair, and really appreciate you taking the time to chat away to me today. And to everyone else watching, thank you so much for watching today, and we'll be back with lots more of these soon. Blair was our first, so thank you to him for biting the dust and being number one. And we're hoping to speak to more of our artists, find out about their lighthouses and a bit more about who they are as artists as well. And not long to the trail, so let's just start the countdown now. August, I think it's August 9th we're going for, so for 10 weeks. So we can't wait to get started, get all these lighthouses out on the road and see those smiling faces checking out our lighthouses. So thank you all once again, and until next time, we'll see you then.
Bye.